We're back with the headlines for you shortly.
This is Morning Crossfire.
Nothing breaks the news like the news. Trust me, I can prove it. I'm ready. Let's take on the biggest debates on radio, provide insights, experience, and build an unforgettable discussion together. I'm Femi D. Amele.
Thanks for joining in at this time. I'm glad you can. Let's take a look at some of the biggest stories for today. The 13th day is September 2023. If you're just joining in, we're streaming live right now on Facebook and on YouTube. Our Facebook account remains at Nigeria Info Abuja. Go to the page, okay, at Nigeria Info Abuja. And on YouTube is at Nigeria Info Abuja. At Nigeria Info Abuja. You'll be able to watch live and make your comments and also see what other people are writing at this time as we wade through the headlines. At this time, do remember the stories have been published under the editorial guide of various publishers, and we on Nigeria Info are only informing you of the headlines as we have them for today.
This is Morning Crossfire.
Taking a look at the likes of Daily Trust, Daily Times, Leadership, The Sun, and Punch newspaper. This will be the 5 papers we would review for today. Starting out with Daily Trust now. Why some governors put caretaker committees in charge of LGAs. Balaji Akinyemi, Tinubu paying the price of Buhari and Jonathan's bad leadership. 936 people die in boat accidents in 3 years. CSOs urge Soludo to begin distribution of federal government's palliatives. Motorboy dies after falling from moving truck in Lagos. Celebrities mourn Mohammed. While we've recorded 3 boat accidents in 1 week, Adamawa government speaks up about this. Fresh crisis looms in Ondo as Akeredolu sacks aides attached to deputy. Presidency, UAE, Nigerian government officials finalizing agreement on visa ban lift. Nigerians know there's no magic solutions to their problems, Tinubu spokesman. Other stories from Daily Trust for today. You would also find politicians advise to reset Nigeria with Sardauna, Zik, and Awolowo's legacies. Other stories. 2 years after, federal government begins freight services on Lagos-Ibadan train. Custom integrates data with FRSC to curb illegal entry of vehicles. Kano South. Tribunal dismisses Gaya's petition, declares Sumaila winner. Kogi governorship. Ex-deputy governor Awoni defects to APC. Tribunal sacks 2 PDP reps in Plateau State. NEC launches app to report power outage. All right, let's give Daily Times a try. This is the first time we're reading from Daily Times. Let's see some of the stories they have there. Outcome of election petition tribunals reshape legislative composition. If I see 1 billion, I will faint, from a governor. Other stories there. APC candidate to challenge tribunal ruling on Delta Assembly seat. Delta government clears air on Agbo Abaraka Eku Road. Lawmakers train 200 teachers in Ekiti North on modern techniques. Or your promises riding Ogun of insecurity, of reading rather, or your promises reading Ogun of insecurity. Safer palliative. Government provide 1 billion loans for small-scale farmers and young entrepreneurs. All right then, dynamic leadership of Right Honorable Comrade Philip Okay, that's a piece about that under the editorial section in Daily Times. Moving on to leadership for today. As schools resume, parents' guidance groan over fee increase amid rising inflation. And by the way, has anybody seen the video from the Unilag student, the lady who said she doesn't want to drop out? She's barely paying, meeting up with the 20,000 naira school fee she's paying. I really felt bad for her yesterday. And, let's just hope some kind Nigerians are able to reach out to her. I really said, I don't want to drop out. I don't want to. She just kept screaming and crying about it. And you wonder that there's still some students who are strongly committed to education. And I'm glad she's one of them. Nigeria-UAE deal. Experts predict rise in foreign investment and revenue boost. Police, others lack numerical strength to curb insecurity. Arase. Fighting corruption games. Rivers NMA honors Senyaya Lulu Briggs. 23 clerics killed, 200 churches destroyed by bandits in Kaduna, says Khan. Tricycle operator jumps into River Niger in Lokoja. UK releases new entry requirements. At last, Edo government moves Shuaibu out of government house. Kogi SDP candidate gets campaign donation from real estate mogul. I'm too busy to be distracted with reps politics, says Onyeji Ocha. Plateau governor affirms commitment to quality governance. Oshu government APC BK over States Council. All right, there's a stories here and there that you can follow through on. Yes, the Nigerian artist Mohbad dies at 27. Surprising story there. All right, well, shooters leave after sleeping with me, says skit maker Mandy Kiss. That's something of an entertainment story there. Moving on to the Sun for today. Kalu defeats PDP, Labour Party at tribunal. Fair groups governors at tribunal shake lawmakers. 2023 poll, much ado about beavers. PEPC, Nadeco US false ruling on Abuja 25% status, IREV evidence. Benue government confirms abduction of 10 passengers, safety of 20 others in Lagos. Governors, financial experts, orders extol Akitola Williams' virtues. We won't tolerate lawlessness, violation of building codes, Enugu State, says Abiodun. Gunmen killed 10 in Plateau community. Police boast court's initiation in Kaduna, arrests 13 suspects. All right, well, Abga crisis. Court approves committed charges against INEC chairman Yakubu. And then finally, you'd also find Navjet bombs another terrorist stronghold in Ponu, kills scores. All right, well, these are stories here and there for you to follow through on at this time. Okay, now moving on to other stories from Punch now. Punch newspaper it will be. Nigeria should get passports in 2 weeks, says minister. Post-subsidy talks. Labour threatens indefinite strike, gives 1 week ultimatum. Nigerians to start clearing goods from Cotonou ports, says customs. Suspect kills 2 workers, buries corpses in shallow grave. Car washer steals customer's vehicle 3 days after employment. Tinubu orders probe as 901 die in 61 boat accidents. 1 dies as truck crashes on Lagos Bridge. Police arraign BDC operator for 157 million naira fraud. Job-seeking nurse loses 650,000 naira to fraudsters and 19 suspects arrested. Suspect kills 2 workers, buries corpses in shallow grave. Okay, I did take that again. Okay, 4 school children allegedly trapped in Lagos drainage. Bauchi man in police custody for stealing motorcycle. 1 killed as NURTW factions clash in Abuja. All right then, Ganduje receives ex-Kogi deputy governor after defection from PDP. Akeredolu sacks deputy governor's aides. Tribunal sacks PDP reps member in Plateau State. I remain loyal to Akeredolu, says deputy. Kalu retains Senate seat, defeats PDP, Labour Party at tribunal. Court orders election rerun in Baki W's federal constituency. All right, well, that may be a good chance for him. Who knows? All right, these are stories you can follow through on as we have them across the papers. We've reviewed stories from Punch newspaper, The Sun, Leadership, Daily Times, and Daily Trusts. Do you remember, if you're on Facebook, go on and watch the stream live. I'd like to read your comments if you're there right now, and on YouTube, okay? At Nigeria Info Abuja, there you find us. The stories I just read out, including the headlines, have been published under the editorial guide of various publishers, and we on Nigeria Info have only informed you of the headlines as we have them.
This is Morning Crossfire.
It's time to take on your calls and your comments this very morning. I encourage you to follow through with our editorial guide. Your calls need to be devoid of hateful speech, lies, fake news, and abuses. We ask of you to be truthful and factual as you share with us on Nigeria Info. We plead with you to keep your emotions calm and collected as you share your views with us as well. All right, let's take your calls on 0700 951 0000. Okay, that's 0700 951 0000. You can also join in on 080 9597 4869. Okay, you'll be able to join in as well on that line. And on WhatsApp, it's 080 999 30137. All right, I'm going to the phone lines at this time to take your calls.
Watch your number one talk station of the nation. Nigeria Info every day of the week, Mondays to Friday on YouTube to catch up with the Morning Crossfire.
Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good morning, Femi D.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Good.
Nothing break the news like the news.
Oh, yes, and I can prove it. Good to connect with you.
My name is Salasi.
Welcome, sir.
I want to greet the listeners and callers of this great radio station like Malan Haruna from Kubwa and Tinubu Bikin and Abubakar from Gwagwalada. My name, I want to talk about 23,000, 2,000 churches destroyed by ban. And another 10 people killed in Plateau. So we are talking about this insecurity. We are still emphasizing on it. Government should do the needful in the aspect of insecurity. Then car wash, the person that they just employ. So if you have to employ somebody, you have to check that person. Employing person for 3 days, he run away with the car. You can see, to help someone has become a problem. To just help this guy, young man, they saw him washing car, they employ him now. He has run away with his boss vehicle. So whoever you are employing, get to know the person, his route, where he come from, and let there be a guarantee of the person that will stand should be in case if anything happens. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your viewpoint to this very morning. Okay, still taking more calls. It looks like I mean take a few from WhatsApp before I get the best of these phone lines this very morning. All right, so let's take more calls from you this very morning. I'm also looking out for your messages on Facebook. A big thanks to quite a number of people watching the video right now and sharing their viewpoints with regards to this. Okay, still with the phone lines. Who's joining in? Good morning.
Hi, Doctor. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is Momizi. Thank you, Mr. Salasi. That was my take yesterday. We should do due diligence before we...
Mommy Z, are you there? Oh, it appears the line is reconnecting now. Mommy Z.
I'm here. Okay. Somebody will come as an apprentice. The next day, they will run away with the madam's child and what have you. So I think it is high time everybody started looking inward before you engage the services of anybody. Once. Secondly, throughout yesterday, most of the media houses were talking of resumption.
Oh boy. Okay, so the line is not at its best right now to keep that call going. Mukadas in Kano from Kano, it says he's watching live from Kano. Gumawa Gabas in Kano, Nigeria. And I thought I know Kano. I don't know that area. But thanks for watching. James Julius says, good morning, sir. Keep up the good work. Samuel Peter says, Femi, how is Madam watching from Jos? She's doing well. Dr. Mr. Libera from Owerri says, the Bible says, when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. Are our leaders righteous? The answer is, whether Nigerians are today rejoicing or crying, Nigerians will have confidence in government when the decision taken by the government are open and they follow laid down rules and regulations. They should realize that they have a responsibility and change from the nonchalant attitude they show to the plight of Nigerians to real commitment so that we can restore trust in them. All right, still keeping up with all the calls this morning as your calls continue to come in. Okay, let's take this on. Good morning.
Let me change position. Mom is Z calling back.
Oh, okay.
So as I was saying, it's our reality. Education is expensive. True talk. They must increase school fees in order to increase the salary of workers. My advice is, parents, if you cannot afford school, look for the one that is cheaper.
Okay.
That is one. Secondly, government should subsidize education. You know why? When you educate somebody, the tendency that the person will involve in crime would be reduced. The tendency that you engage somebody will be high. And they say the idle man is the devil's workshop. If primary school is on strike in FCT, and we are saying parents should take children to public school, where are they taking them? Finally, Femi D, you will help me to address this. I heard that Oluomo boys and Agbero, they had issues yesterday. You know, before the president came to Abuja, people were saying that people will move from Lagos to Abuja and come and be causing crisis. They are relating it to when one president was there, you see cows everywhere. I beg. Oluomo is not related to the president. Let them do their job the way it's supposed to be so that they will not be associating him and their action, their negative side with the president. Okay. The president will not support this kind of action. FCT is a known place to be peaceful. We don't need no crisis. Thank you. All right.
Thank you for your viewpoint. Clem says, good morning to you, FMD. How are you doing today and your loved ones? Keep up the good work. Government should do the needful the increased goods in the market is getting out of hand. Nigerians are suffering. Good morning to you. I'm glad you joined the show.
Good morning, Femi. I greet you. I greet all listeners.
Welcome, sir.
Yes. Hope is my name.
All right, then.
According to Khan, they said that about 2,000 churches are destroyed in Kaduna. It's unfortunate. That Kaduna said they have a former governor, somebody like Elupa. And this present governor, who I don't know his name yet. It's unfortunate. Issue of insecurity. I'm even afraid to say about it, but the numbers of churches are destroyed there. Does it mean that they don't have police? No police station, no Kaduna State. Does it mean that all the army barracks and the Durham barracks they are not working? Yeah. Let me stop here. If I go on and on, we may cut me off.
All right. Well, so much. Okay. Thank you for self-editing. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning, Dr. Femi D. Amale. How are your lovely spouse?
Okay, my spouse is fine. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. I greet you openly. I'm still soliciting for a personal contact, please. I know you are listening, please, and you oblige me. Abakar Kolem from Gwagwalada, I greet Shalasi, I greet Ebo Monizi. It's good for Mr. President to be making efforts to attract investment, foreign investment in Nigeria. But the greatest Nigeria asset people are under pressure. a lot of people, Dr. Femi Ameli, are under pressure. We have the cases of housewives going to next door, telling cook food. There are several cases of this of recent because of hardship. A lot of families, they cannot cope, and the breadwinners are sick. The source of livelihood is not existent.
Okay.
A lot of people, this current economic crisis have put a lot of people under pressure. Federal government should do something very urgently. This palliative will not solve the problem.
Okay.
Issue of palliative provision will not solve the problem. To reject the economy.
All right, my brother, thank you for your viewpoint today. Okay, Gum Daniel says, good morning, Femi. I'm very happy for Mr. President. Is showing Nigeria that is capable and ready for governance. Just look at the wisdom he used to handle the UAE visa ban. It's commendable. Asu Peter says, good morning, Femi. This is from YouTube now. What's the fate of the civil servants on palliatives? As federal government and NLC reached on any deal, the pain is biting. Agbo Collins says, good morning, Femi. We can't even hear, we can't ever have politicians of Awolowo caliber, because the caliber of politicians we have now are selfish and only concerned about themselves. Ogulade Taiwo Johnson says, morning, Apostle Femi. Okay. Oludade Abiodun says, good morning, Femi. We need an end in insecurity in Nigeria. Mr. President, please, Nigeria needs security. Okay. Moazu John Lasisi also says 2 weeks labor strike notice. We can't avoid indefinite strike now. Let the government do the needful. Samuel Inusa says from the Samuel watching from Capital City. Ibrahim Abbas says good morning. I'm watching from Kubwa. All right. Oglade Johnson says persistency of insecurity and our government find it difficult to resolve it just because it's not affecting them directly. Oh God, rise and fight for us. Please, where's Leah Shuaibu, Pastor TJ from Dubai? Writing that in. All right, well, let me also squeeze in some more messages from Facebook. I'm going to have to take more calls only after the break this very morning. Also, Francis from Enugu says, good morning, FMD. Keep up the good work. The height of killings in Plateau, Benue, Southern Kaduna, and some other states of the Federation is becoming worrisome, alarming, and unbearable. The federal government should urgently do something to forestall future occurrence. May God help us, he writes. All right, thank you for those messages you've sent in. Just to mention, a few things to say to you. When we do come back in the 7 o'clock hour, let me let you in on this. The governorship race in Kogi State is getting interesting. Some are lobbying to say, well, it's our turn. Also in the Northeast, the governors there are accusing the traditional rulers of aiding terrorism there. Also, a security chief says IPOB and seat at home have ended in the Southeast, says Army chief. Okay? Well, that's something you have to find out when you sit close and when you sit in the next hour right here on Morning Crossfire. Thanks for joining in. Stay close. I'll be back after now.
The Morning Crossfire continues after this.
This is Morning Crossfire.
In the comfort of your home